Hey guys. So I'm so fucking stupid, man. So I went out because I had to go to the ATM to pull out some money for the bus next week. And I was walking by the Snooty Snoot Cafe, the place that you see loafers and legends. I call it the Snooty Snoot Cafe, but the lights are on inside, obviously. Lots of people are in there. I think there was a woman singing karaoke. Um, and I'm walking by and I stop. I'm like, I already look homeless. What if I was to stand there, like with my hands on the window, looking extremely sad and depressed? What would they do? It's like, what's the worst thing? They call the cops. And what's he doing there? He's standing there. Well, is he doing anything? No, he's just standing there menacingly. Uh, I just like, he's just like, they're like, or like sit out like behind in the window where you see the woman sing karaoke and just start singing with her. Just start singing. But I thought it was hilarious. It's like, what would they do if I just stood there and looked sad and depressed and super miserable? But yeah, I went out because I needed to get money, and two, because I thought it would help me sleep a little better. Because days where I work or work a lot harder than I should, I sleep a lot better. Like this morning, I think I actually woke up at like fucking 7, 8 o'clock. Normally, I'm up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So, but then, so I probably won't be sleeping well tonight. I just have to feed my addiction. I'm sorry. But I went to Dollar General, and the girl was there, and I was waiting in line, and she saw me, and she was like, "There's another girl who working there," but she was like, "Yeah, oh, you don't have to do that. I can do that." Meaning she wants to find a way to get away from the register, and the other girl's like, "No, it's fine. I'm pretty much almost done with everything anyway. I've got nothing to do, so I'm gonna go ahead." She's like, "Just after when you're ready to close up, just go around and collect the baskets and all that." Denied. She tried to escape, but she couldn't. Uh, I think she likes you. No, I just think she's socially awkward. She's socially awkward, and she's realized she's made the encounters weird now. Because every time I see her, she like brings up some weird thing, or like she'll say like today, it's like, you won't be able to get your receipt because the thing's broken. And I'm like, it's fine. But like as I'm walking up, she like out like says loudly like, "Damn machine!" Like I was wanting to, like, oh, I want him to start a conversation with me. Like it's not hard to start a conversation. It's really not. I mean, I start a conversation with anyone. I can hold a conversation with anyone. Like I said, the kid, the one who used to work at the factory, me and him strike up conversations all the goddamn time. It's not hard. So that's what I'm saying. She's just socially awkward or something. Not socially awkward. So, but yeah, she looked like she was trying to find another reason. She's like, "Oh, I'll do that." The other girl's like, "No, I've got it. I've got nothing else to do right now." So I'm sure she was thinking like, "Fuck, fuck, damn it." Um, but yeah, had to get some stuffs money wise. Saw Venti before, gave him his second spritz. Because that's what it's like. It's like a little thing of fucking, perfume or something where you do a spritz. Although for him, it's like gel, so it doesn't come out all nice and, airy. It's like on him. I mean, I don't know if I just spray it out and if I'm supposed to like rub it onto his wound or something, but I just kind of like, and that's it. Right? It's a gel, so I assume. I'm just glad I don't have to try to get him to take those damn pills anymore. He's all out of pills, so I mean, he only had 28, and you give them to him twice a day. So, but yeah, he was out there. You know, I usually get so worried when I don't see him, but then I see signs that he was there. Like, I'll go out there and the bowl will be moved. Like, the bowl will be empty, and that's something he does. I'll go out there and the mat on the right outside the back door will be moved. He's the only one who not only scratches, but he like pulls the damn thing. So when I see all this stuff, I feel like, oh man, I haven't seen him so long. But when I see that stuff, I'm like, well, he has been here. You know, he's been here. He's obviously safe. He's obviously healthy and all that. So I don't have to worry so much. I mean, I see signs all the time that he's here. Sometimes I'll see him at the last second as just as he's walking off, and sometimes like in the morning, I'll put the bowl out for the food in the bowl, and I'm like, oh, probably not going to see him. But as I'm heading out, there he comes running up, and I get to see him before I leave. But yeah, there are times where I won't see him all day, but it's either because I'm working or I'm taking a nap for 2-3 hours. Because it's like the other day, the mat on the back porch was fine when I went to sleep. I woke up, went out there, and it was moved. So he had shown up while I was sleeping. So it's just like if I don't see him, if he comes in the morning and I don't see him the rest of the day until like the next day, I feel like, oh, he's not doing well. But then you, like I said, you see the signs that he was there, and it just kind of helps me a little bit. But I'm tired of worrying about it. I don't like having to worry about him. I mean, I was looking, he was outside before, sitting in the yard, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, he doesn't look like he belongs outside. He's too gorgeous of a cat to be outside. I'm not saying any cat deserves to be outside. But considering his breed, the flame point, I'm like, he looks so out of place being outside. Every flame point I've seen is inside. They're extremely rare. And yet there he is outside, exposed to the elements, being exposed to the fucking cars going by. I saw him and Meowsy was out there. I'm like, she looks more like the cat you would find outside. He looks out of place. Like he doesn't belong outside. So once he gets fixed, I'm gonna have to keep him in when I can. She's like, I don't want another cat in the house. I don't even want you in the house. Well, tough fucking shit. I basically told her, I was like, I don't care. You're not the one who owns the house. You rent it. I asked the person who owns the house. She said it's perfectly fine. In fact, my landlady asked why he wasn't in the house already. I said, because he has his junk still. She's like, well, he needs to be inside. Otherwise, sometimes they go around and take the cats from outside and bring them to the shelter. So I'm like, I already have permission of the person who owns the house. I'm like, if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. I mean, you could have lived with your brother rent free. She's like, oh, I don't want to live in the house with all those cats. I'm like, but you've got 2 cats here. I mean, I don't think he has 14 cats anymore. I think it's down to like 3. Unless, if she was to take them over there, then that would be 5 cats. But it's, I mean, why would you, rent free? Has a possibility of rent free. No. But I told her, I'm like, you don't have a choice. She's like, oh, you didn't consult me? I'm like, why would I consult you? You don't own the house. You rent it, just like me. Not to mention, he has to be trained to be inside anyway, because, one, I've been taking care of him, and if I move, should I actually happen to find a place to live in town, I'm taking him with me, and he will be inside permanently, because if I take him out and he's more liable to get hurt in town than he is here. I don't think I've ever seen a dead cat around here from being hit by a car. I know cats will die, more likely from, being exposed to the elements or wild animals. But you never see any dead cats from being hit by cars. I mean, since it's a residential area, we got a school, you have to go slow. So it's fairly safe for the cats around here. So if I take him into, move into town and all that, more likely he'd be, hurt. So I want to get him used to being inside and all that. So that way, if I should happen to move, he's coming with me. There's no way in hell I'm leaving him here. And unfortunately, if there was something I could do with Meowsy, trust me, I would. Because I absolutely adore her too. The fact that I can, snap my fingers when she's out there, she comes running up. The fact that she's been getting more, courageous when I'm sitting there, and she'll come with that close to me. Actually, it's more like this close. But the fact is, she never got this close before. She would never even come up onto the porch before if I was out there. Every day, she's getting closer and closer. So, I wish I was able to take her with me, but she's a 100% outside cat. Like I said, Venti clearly was inside at some point. Now he looks like he's permanently outside. If he does have owners, like I said, I think they live over there. If he does, they obviously don't give a shit. What owner would look at their cat, see his head bleeding and limping, and say, oh, there's nothing wrong with this cat? They would have taken him inside, taken him to the vet, and took care of him. But no, there he is, over in the fucking bushes, head bleeding, limping around, and it was a day and a half. There's no excuse. No fucking excuse. I don't want to hear them say that they don't see their cat, because that's fucking bullshit. He goes over there all the goddamn time. When he's not over here, he's over there. So I don't want to hear, oh, we didn't see him. Yeah, you did. Don't fucking lie. And I'm saying that if he does have owners. Don't fucking lie. I can't stand people who neglect their fucking animals. If you're gonna fucking neglect your animals, don't fucking have them. As simple as that. If you don't want to take care of them, or if you're gonna have a cat and keep it outside, don't fucking have a cat. Especially in places where the weather can be extreme. So, if I leave and go somewhere else, he's coming with me. He deserves to be happy. He deserves to be in a home where he's safe. He deserves to be taken care of and loved. And I'm doing my best to do that right now for him. Otherwise, if he didn't feel any of that, he wouldn't be over here all the time. Yeah, sure, there's food out there. But he doesn't have to sit with me. You guys have seen. I don't have to say anything with him. He'll finish his food. He'll come up and just automatically jump up with me. I don't have to do anything. If he doesn't have any feelings or feel safe, he wouldn't do that. He would just eat his food and fuck off. He just fuck off somewhere else. But he doesn't. He stays. Days I go out there, he's either sitting on the porch laying down sleeping, or sitting on that chair sleeping. He feels safe over here. He feels comfortable. I'm doing my best to make him feel that way. I'm doing my best to make sure Meowsy feels that way. A pet parent's job is never done. You have one parent, you have one pet, and you think it's easy, and then you get something like that where it's an outside cat, and you're like, well, what do I do now? But then you find out that you adore them, you adore them, and you want to take care of them, and you're doing what you can for them. despite your possible financial situation. So so after he gets fixed, I am going to keep him in as much as possible. She's not here. I'm going to let him in the house because he's going to have to get used to Sam. Because even if I don't bring him in all the time and I just bring him in when the weather's bad or whatever, I really don't need them trying to tear each other up. Now, I mean, it's going to happen. They're going to try fighting. When Fluffy Butt first got here, it was the same thing with her. There was once or twice where they were, going at each other. But not anymore. It didn't really take that long. I mean, they're still sometimes, like, he'll be laying in here, like even today, he was laying here and she came in and he's like, so, but with him, don't let that fool you. I'll be seeing them sitting on the bed and he'll be licking her, taking care of her, or she'll be, they'll be out there and she'll be licking him. It's all a ruse. They just have their moments. And I know him and Venti will be great friends once he gets inside and gets used to him. Once he sees Venti's not aggressive, especially after he gets his, fixed. But, I mean, if I move out and I get up my own place, I don't want Venti to feel alone, though, so I might end up getting a friend for him. I mean, that's what they say. It's good for them to have companionship, especially if you're not going to be around that much, which, I mean, it's not like I'm, purposely not going to be around. But say I'm at work or something. It's like a only child thing. It's like, oh yeah, you have an only child, you don't want to have another kid, get them a pet. Give them a friend and companion. So if I was to move, and I take Venti, I might get him a friend. Maybe a female. I don't know. Let him have some companionship. Or maybe he swings the other way. I don't know. I don't know what he's into. Well, I mean, I know he's tried to fuck Meowsy and done it completely wrong. So I know he's into girls, but he may be a bi cat. He might be a non-binary cat. I don't know. Times are changing. We've got people trying to shit in litter boxes. So why not have a cat that identifies as something? I don't know. But yeah, I try to do my best for him, and hopefully he lives a while. I mean, he's only 3 years old, so he's got a long life ahead of him. So he'll be fixed. He'll have his eye taken care of, so that way he can see out of that eye again. He's got plenty of food, plenty of fresh water, plenty of love. And obviously, if I ever need help with, med stuff or vet stuff, I've got the Humane Society that can help out. It's not something I want to keep running to, but if it's like a dire situation, you don't have a choice, kind of like it was with him. I mean, I see his head bleeding and I see him limping. I know he was in a fight or something. I assumed the worst, and I did what I needed to do. Just like when he gets fixed, I'm going to be thinking about what's best for him. So if they need to keep him a couple of days to make sure that he doesn't fucking rip himself apart from licking himself, I want what's best for him. I mean, if I'm not going to be able to watch him, no one's going to be here. He's going to be in the crate. He's probably going to have the cone on his head, which he's going to get out of. And what's he going to do? He's going to lick. And I don't want to come home to find him fucking split open again, bleeding all over the place. So, I care too much about him to risk it. I want it done right the first time. So I'm going to see if they can just keep him for a day or two, enough to let it heal up to the point where if he licks himself, it's not going to rip him apart. So, and then after he's all healed up, keep him in at night and bring him in on Tuesdays and Thursdays when she's at work, and let him get used to Sam and Fluffy Butt, and just try to give him a good home. Anyways, that's enough ranting about sentimental mushy crap. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.